to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. And we are still in this haze of shadows. The end of the world is nigh.
Loud critical hit.
Yes.
Yes. Indeed. The end of the world may be nigh.
I think it is. I think it is nigh.
The science guy.
I don't even think he can save it. I don't even think he can come in with some quippy quote and some factual fact and say, hey, don't worry, the world's not going to end. Just you are. I'm Bill Nye, the science guy. Bye now.
Consider the following. We're all going to die.
Dead people can't come back, and whatever it is that he turns into, that whirling wheel of death, that's not real.
Well, speaking of that whirling wheel of death,
On critical hit.
last time.
I'm going to go ahead.
Critical hit.
Yes.
On the whirling wheel of death.
We were hopping
Wheel
between.
of death.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, we've been hopping around between some phone calls he was making. I understand that perhaps he wanted to reach out to someone else.
Yep. I'll call Alana.
All right. Hey, Alana, you got a phone call from certain proxy.
Your boyfriend.
I'll answer it.
His ringtone
Hello?
is REM.
Now my ringtone goes.
It's just sympathy for the devil.
Yeah. Please allow us to introduce ourselves.
Yep.
We're a man and also something else.
Yep. Hello, Alana. How are you feeling?
I'm recovering. How about you?
We are well. We were hoping to discuss with you what exactly your end game was in this exchange. What are you hoping to
Well-
accomplish?
I can't stand by and watch you do what you were doing.
So,
Your sacrifices.
of course. Do you realize that by opposing the situation, it will only cause more harm?
Are you threatening to kill more people if I get in your way?
No. We are simply explaining that things that get put in our way tend to get moved out of our way. Look, what we were hoping to ascertain is whether your involvement was moral or if there was something else you were hoping to gain from it.
Like cut a deal with you?
Certainly. That option is always on the table. Well, not always, but as of right now, it certainly is.
What deal would you offer me?
A seat at the table.
What is this table?
Well, the table is currently being built, so what form exactly the table will take is still debatable, but we will put it to you this way. The structure is not much different from a company. When someone does a good job and they get promoted, they get to bring a staff. And there's certainly a lot of room for upward mobility, or I suppose in this case, downward mobility, but you understand what we're saying.
Yeah. So, And your company, are you keeping it a local franchise or this a global corporation?
We have our sites in Hayes, but Perdition is a growth industry.
What'll it look like?
You've seen us. Like, you've seen
Yes.
us. It's difficult to explain. But in some ways, it will be very similar. People will toil. Some will suffer. Some will not. Balances will be changed, but in the end, there will always be someone on top and someone on the bottom. Now is the time when that gets determined.
And I guess, how do you hope to avoid becoming a target with this enterprise of yours?
A target.
I'm not the only one who will find it disagreeable.
Oh, certainly. Well, there are two main ways. One, we are very well connected. And two, it is already too late.
Yeah, I've been wondering about that. I've seen the work. I'm surprised nobody else noticed it. But it is responsible for a lot of things that I don't think you were even planning on.
No, these are the exciting moments, the moments when basically we are determining who is actually in the handbasket. But to be sure, we all know where the handbasket is going.
Is there anything left of who you were in there? Or has it just been subsumed and co-opted?
It would be a very reassuring thought to think that it was just some dark entity doing this, that no human would willingly agree to things. But as we've said, there's great allure to a seat at the table.
Certainly. I just never knew you beforehand. I wasn't sure. And your brother, will he have a seat at this table?
No, but like I said, when you move to the penthouse, you get to take your staff.
Mm.
And if you don't mind, we'll just go with that as opposed to me having to be over the basement, or you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I can enjoy a good analogy.
So again, even if at that point you were acting out of altruism, whatever morality you espouse, we do understand that. And even if you continue to stand against us, we just want you to know that we are impressed with your ability. And should you decide to join or decide not to join and survive, we would entertain a seat for you. Of course, the particulars will be very different in the negotiation at that point.
I was impressed when I saw you handle things at the hotel. I was more impressed when I squared against you directly. This isn't what I was expecting when I came to Hayes, but I'm glad I'm here.
Well, good. I will say that physical power is fine and good, but that is not where I am mightiest.
I'm sure of that. As you said, corruption is tempting. I'm sure there are plenty of people you can offer, not seats, or even penthouse suites, then at least some kind of comfortable confines that will be well above the rest of the city.
Correct.
And that's more than I have to offer, except for the fact that I have to believe that it's not too late.
Understandable. It was that ultimately that got us all here. So we have to expect that it'll survive in some way.
How do you mean?
Oh, hope.
The hope of you returning to life.
Oh, I meant much earlier than that.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry we had to be enemies, but we always were going to be, I think.
Well, either way, I can't say that it has not been enjoyable.
Indeed. I hope that the next time will go a little differently.
Mm-hmm. Oh, one last thing. We are, of course, playing for keeps, so think about what resources you care about and how you marshal them. We are not going to pull any punches.
I wouldn't expect you to.
We'll speak soon, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I'll hang up. Yep.
I'll call Ian.
Hey, Ian, you got a ringing on that phone that your sister gave you.
Oh, weird.
Hey, look, it's your sister.
I'll answer.
Those fingers through my hair. That's like...
That's great. Now we need to create ringtones for everyone. Oh man. Like his Ian's on the other hand is just like Rob Zombie.
It's Morrissey. He cried today.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Yeah, good call.
Yep.
We're both in a lot of danger.
And then Klaus's is Bela Lugosi's dead.
Nice.
Trying to think what the professor's is.
Foggy Mountain Breakdown played on the banjo.
Sharp-dressed man.
I am the very model of a modern major general.
He does drive that
Nice.
crazy black car, so maybe.
Maybe Simple Man, right?
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
There we go.
Play some Skinner, man! That's nice. Did you just say Creed? Oh, I'm not speaking to you anymore. Skinner, man. Skinnerd.
I like that version. We're in danger.
I'm always in danger. What is it now?
No immediate danger. I just got a phone call that was overtly threatening.
Well, what are we going to do about it?
Well, I think we probably should try to avoid being alone. And I think we need to finish your list.
I agree with the second part wholeheartedly. What resources do we have?
Well, I think it's time you tell me more about who you still have left, what you know about them, and we can try to track them down.
Well, you know the newest.
Yeah, I'm seeing if there's anyone else.
So am I. I'm checking
Anyone
my
from
list.
the previous.
I'm checking it twice. I'm going to find out who's naughty or dead. Let's see. There was Lydia. I don't believe we killed her, although we did interact with her. And then her idiot sidekick, Calvin.
And they're still at large?
It would seem. I'm not entirely sure if they're even in town any longer. Then again, if La Belle Dame Sans Merci was still here, theoretically they are as well. Granted, now that she's dead, they may have gone into hiding. So, really, we know nothing. So that's fun.
Great. Do you have last names on those two? Maybe I can talk to Mitch about that.
I can certainly make up last names. Brian, shall I do so?
If you would like.
Calvin's last name is Cooper.
All right.
Calvin Cooper. And Lydia's last name is Ortiz.
You should have a Susan Clark on there as well.
And Susan Clark. She's totally right there near the end.
Okay. I'll try not to cross any names off until we've got a better bead on where the rest of them are. We don't want to send anyone into hiding at this point. If they are still in haze, they need to be dealt with.
I'm so glad we're finally on the same page.
Yeah, well, nothing brings family together like crisis.
And or murder. It's just like
Sure.
Thanksgiving at home.
All right. I'll look into those names. Can you, I don't know, talk to Ghost, Skulk, get some information on what our adversary's up to?
I can certainly try.
Cool. All right. Be in touch.
You know what I could do?
What is that?
I could cash in a debt from a ghost who owes me a debt, thereby cashing in a debt. And then something happens when I cash in a debt.
Are you reaching out to
Screaming Sally?
Okay. How?
The poltergeistic Fralaban.
All right. What?
I want to put her to work.
Put her to work. All right.
I want to ask her to do something for me. To watch someone for me.
Well, you intone her name, and with a wail...
You have to say it 3 times into the mirror, Brian.
All right. And sure enough, Screaming Sally, there's a wailing, and the ghostly skeletal figure appears before you. The constantly weeping eyes. Ian, what can I do for you?
I need a favor.
Favor? Yes.
I need you to watch someone unseen.
Who?
Is that a yes?
Well, who?
Oh, I didn't hear that. All I heard was ooh. Can I say his name? I don't want to say his name. Do I have a picture of him on my phone? Does he photograph?
I think he photographs, but would you have
extremely well?
Yes.
Ooh.
You could probably find a picture of him from like a
on
groundbreaking or yeah, exactly.
The Hayes Daily News.
Who's who? It's Soul.
A big picture. Has a big picture of him standing with a pair of giant scissors.
Yeah, the devil's on LinkedIn.
So he always has those 2 stray hairs that kind of stick up on the back of his head, make him look like devil horns.
I show her his LinkedIn profile.
Because that really is the work of the devil.
I know, and by doing that, I got 15 emails. I'm sorry, that just entertained me for a moment. Rodrigo was funny.
Congratulate Ian on his new job.
That's just mean.
Yes. She does agree to follow Chap Andrews.
Okay.
And she will let you know.
And report back any information that she might come up against.
Yes.
In case she knows something. And ask her specifically to listen for anything that sounds like it may be, I don't know, a plan. Something that sounds meaningful to what he may or may not be doing next. This is an excellent idea. There's no way that a ghost named Screaming Sally is going to get noticed. Right? Right.
We shall see. But, yes, she agrees to the bargain and fades away.
So I have now cashed in a debt.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when I cash in a debt?
Well, you can mark night for having dealt with a ghostly being of night.
I have marked night, and I no longer have a debt to Screaming Sally, the poltergeistic Framelin.
Yes.
It doesn't let me put in 0 debts. Oh, man. But nothing specifically triggers by cashing in a debt.
Just the marking that faction.
I could have sworn I had some sort of a power or thing that would happen when I cashed in a debt, but I may be thinking of something different. Okay. So I have someone spying. Well, he can't say his name, so I'm going to say Guy.
The Schmaroxy.
Well, no, his name is CHAP, which is synonymous with Guy. And his last name... Okay. Now, what else do I need? Ooh. 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 Can I cash in multiple debts?
Sure.
Can I cash in a debt to mortality? Or from mortality?
Do you have a debt with someone from mortality?
Well, Sergeant Davidson of the HPD.
Uh-huh. So, how are you going to go about that one?
You know how I do a Batman exit? Imagine a Batman entrance.
Okay.
It's like a Batman exit, but in reverse.
Exactly. So he's in his office, and he feels a slight breeze. And he smells patchouli and hair tonic.
So he looks. Oh, jeez, Luria. Oh, what are you doing here?
What is anyone doing anywhere?
Working.
Oh, so am I. I need access to your files.
What files?
I need everything on Mr. Andrews.
I've already been looking into that. He seems to be pretty clean. The weird thing is, though, looking into that, it seems that other people also seem to be interested in his doings.
What other people?
I mean, certain co-workers of mine. They're apparently pretty eager to try to get some dirt on him, and we're pretty interested that I was also digging into this route.
How would you rate their trustworthiness?
Very not. Yes, they seem to be implicating. They kind of seem to think that I'm now on whatever take that they may be a part of, but I don't know who they're working with.
That may work to your advantage.
Possibly. I just think it might be dangerous.
Well, I have good news.
Yes.
I've been dead, and it's mostly just boring.
Well, I guess that's good to know. Yeah, I'm still digging here. I guess if you think you can find anything, extra set of eyes wouldn't hurt. I just wouldn't be seen around here.
Well, that's confusing.
Yeah.
Look around, but don't be here.
Yeah, you seem to be someone of interest around here.
I am the belle of the ball, it would seem.
Well, you kind of stand out, and you've been seen around trouble.
Or has trouble been seen around me? Who are these compatriots of yours that are so untrustworthy?
There seem to be a few other officers here, mainly the beat cops. Again, I'm not sure what their situation is, and I've been trying to play cautiously so not to tip my own hand too much.
You think they're on his payroll?
I know. They seem to be wanting dirt on him.
Would they have any relationships to, say, church entities?
I wouldn't think so. They generally don't seem to be the type.
Interesting. Well, if my eyes would not be useful here, where might they be useful?
Well, it's hard saying. Maybe best to keep an eye on Alana with what's been going on.
Oh, I certainly will.
That's good.
Did he just ask me for a favor? Can I give him another debt?
No, he didn't.
Dang it! This game
Just some
has
advice
too many rules.
or suggestions.
All right. Watch your back.
You as well, I suppose.
And whoosh, I'm gone.
Any particular place you wishing to?
Somewhere else.
So Ian whooshes away.
I wonder what sort of... Trying to see if I have any other... Ooh. 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 No, I don't want to do that. She was just mean to me. Is Karen a person of power?
Yes.
Ooh. So I don't get to check anything because I didn't cash in any debts or do anything particularly with Mitch.
Yeah.
Boo. What if I just found somebody mortal and messed him up? Does that count?
No.
Dang it! All these rules. Trying to be a revenant here.
Mm-hmm.
If it did, Rob would advance every 3 seconds.
That is true.
I'm gonna go feed on a fairy. Then I'm gonna go feed on a wizard.
I have to be corrupt before I do that.
Yes.
I don't know if you
The
know
wizard
this.
probably not, but the fairy definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You may be corrupt right now.
Not mechanically.
One of my corruption moves is adaptable palette. I can feed on any creature.
Oh, I thought that meant you could paint it any color.
Of the wind.
Or he gets
Damn it,
different
Brian.
skins. He gets different skins that you can select from at the beginning of the
Yes.
There you go. Nice. This one's East Germany. Stupid movie references are my thing, Brian. Be careful.
But his are better.
Are they?
No.
I don't know. I'm just poking Matthew.
No, they're not. Shoot. I don't want to do that yet. I may do that later. I think Ian may have oversold his ability to be on task for very long, so I
You
may have
cashed
to go
in a
for
debt
that.
and got a mole in. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to go brood on a rooftop.
All right. So as
Can you brood on my rooftop?
Yes, because I'm looking out for you.
Sweet. Thank you.
yes, so Ian creeps back to Klaus's.
I don't creep anywhere, Mr. Span.
Oh, I'm not gonna stay at Klaus's another night. Probably. I'm gonna try to. Possibly, I'm gonna probably be moving around. Honestly, so.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to think where else. I might go stay see if my assistant has a place that I can crash for tonight.
You can stay at my place if you can balance on top of the buffalo.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not staying in your murder hobo alley.
Murder Hobo Alley.
First of all, Fort Hayes is a legitimate tourist trap thing.
Murder Hobo Alley is
You
off
even
of 13th,
sleep?
right?
Yeah. Oh, boy. Fine. I'll go brood on top of the Metroplex.
But if my assistant has a place where I can crash, I will give him. I will go there. Otherwise, I will actually just find a motel that takes cash.
Well, you do get a hold of Marcus, but he's got a couch you could crash on, I suppose.
Actually, I don't want to put anyone I know in further danger by being there. So I'm going to find a motel that takes cash and stay there and tell Ian where that is.
Well, you can find fairly cheap, but cheap motel.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
It's in
south of
Victoria.
town.
I need a place that's anonymous and has 4 walls where I can put my wards.
Meet the Budget Inn.
Yes.
Ting.
So, yep, you find yourself at the Budget Inn. They will take the cash, no questions asked. And
Weird gargoyle in a coat hanging over the door.
They also will not ask questions about that.
No.
It's not like I haven't been here before.
I suppose not.
It's one of the taller buildings in town. It's 2 stories, right?
Yes, that is true.
You got to brood on top of the tallest buildings you can find.
Conveniently located next to a convenience store and bait shop.
Sweet.
Oh, good.
With an attached liquor store.
Yes.
Awesome.
All you had to say was bait shop. I mean, bait shop and liquor store are pretty much the same thing in western Kansas.
Worms and whiskey. Oh, yeah. I got my night plan.
I say bait shop's kind of synonymous with every store in western Kansas in the summer.
That's true.
Yes.
Shad Sides.
We sell worms.
Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah, that's just because the worms just come out of the ground in the summer. Like, there just happen to be worms in that store. And it's like, oh, yeah, we'll sell them to you.
We don't even know what kind of worms they are. They've got
Officially,
five
it's
eyes.
still
Fishy face.
Bait vending machine.
I'm sorry, what?
You've never seen one of those?
No, I've never seen a bait
It's a
vending
live
machine.
bait vending machine.
So you don't know what you're going to get?
No,
It's not
How
a
do you work
gachapon.
with a
Yeah,
live
it's-
bait vending machine?
I don't know. I've
How-
never actually used the thing. I don't
How
really
often
fish.
do you have to update a live bait vending machine? That's frightening, dude.
Guessing at least
Is
daily.
it I assume it's refrigerated.
Yeah, I mean most vending machines are refrigerated.
That's how they keep
Think
your
about-
Coca-Cola cold.
Think about how easy things would have been for Renfield if there was a live bait vending machine.
Yeah, seriously.
People would have been like, oh, there's that perfectly normal guy buying some bait.
Hey, boss, can I have some more quarters?
The Renfield Bait Shop right next to the Budget Inn. I'm frightened by this entire campaign. I need an adult.
All right. So Lana gets some digs at the Budget Inn, and Ian settles into stock during the night,
Gargoyling.
gargoyling it up.
Looking like Snoopy when he was Vulture.
All right. So, yeah, you pretty much spend the night there, and unless anyone else has, the professor has some plans or doings he wishes
Yes,
to do
I
today.
do. I want to do just some subtle investigating into this person everyone is talking about. Someone had mentioned that he had died and is back to life. And so I want to hit the streets and see if I can find the location of this car accident.
Was the car accident in Hayes?
I'm going to say yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah. This all happened after you had moved to Hayes.
Oh, okay. All right then. Who exactly are you hitting the streets with?
I am.
Are you hitting the streets or putting a face to a name?
Well, hitting the streets is me. Let's see. That would be knowing their reputation. Hitting the streets is to get what I need, and I want to find this location specifically.
All right. Well,
when you hit with streets to get what you need, name who you're going to, and roll with that faction. So, I mean, if there's nobody there.
Well.
Oh, okay. How about this? I'm going to go check with the police department because they would have records of where this accident took place. So that would be mortality, right? So I'm going to go check with our late afternoon constable. And I succeed partially.
Okay. So, you come in asking about this information, and you're kind of giving some questioning glances. It's like, so what do you need this information for?
Well, you see, I study law down there at the university, and I'm just following up on this ancient tale that has been passed down from generation to generation about places of accidents might have like markings or signs or something that indicates that this is a place where accidents might happen again. It's just a theory. I'm just following up on it. I just, this is one that a lot of people apparently know about.
Well, I do think Officer Davidson was looking into that recently.
Oh, really? Okay.
You might go knock on his door, see what he thinks.
All right. So, well, thank you very much. Tip my hat, walk down the hallway, knock on his door.
Yes.
Hello. Are you Officer Davidson?
Yeah.
My name is J.D. Higginsbottom III. It's so nice to meet your acquaintance.
Yeah, I guess it's good to be formally meeting. Get inside.
I'm, professor of law down there at the Fort Hays State University.
Yes.
And, I was wanting to know a certain accident that happened not too long ago involving one of the prominent figures here in this city. And I was hoping to find the exact location of that accident.
I see. So he ushers you inside, kind of looks a bit and shuts the door. So did Alana bring you here?
I know I'm following up on a hunch from what you were talking about last night, that the place might have some kind of power. You were talking about portals. I've been following up on stuff, and I want to see if there's any kind of residual energies or something around that area that may be of use to us.
You know about that kind of thing?
A little bit here and there.
I guess if can you look into this on your own?
Sure, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sure, I guess. Here, he writes down the location and slips it over to you.
Okay.
Just, be careful.
Of course.
He seems to be a pretty popular guy to be looked into recently.
Well, I'm not going to be saying his name or anything.
Okay.
So where is this accident at? Is there a location? Like, is it like a well-trafficked area, or is it a...
I'd say it'd probably be a fairly remote area, so
okay,
that some things could have gotten down before too much other attention was drawn.
Okay, all right.
Basically on the outskirts road.
Yeah, north or south? Is it north of town, south of town?
We'll say north.
Okay. All right. I thank him, and I get in my car, and I drive north to the location.
All right.
Now, houses around, or is this like, are we like in rural?
Rural. It's, yeah, pretty much out in the country.
All right, so I will pull off to the side of the road
All right.
and make sure that it's clear, and then I'll open my trunk, and I'll get out a tripod and a camera, and I will wander down a little ways till I think I'm right around in that area, and then I will set up my camera and my tripod, and I will frame. What time of the day is it? Nighttime? Is it nighttime now?
Yeah, it's nighttime.
I'll frame the sky just so beautifully, and I will sit and start taking some time-lapse exposures of the night sky over the city of Hayes. And so while that is going off, and I'm just being quiet, not doing anything, I'll pull out my little divining rod type devices and kind of just wander around, like I'm trying to keep my legs stretched and not, don't want to just be sitting while these pictures are being taken. And I will investigate a place of power. To see if I can detect anything going on here.
I'd say that's a bit stretching it. I mean, this isn't really a location that the faction has really any...
They might have some interest in it. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. I mean, this is, one might guess that this might be where the whole half man, half whatever happened.
Well, I'll give you this. As you do wander with
I'm trying to mark off power, Brian.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I mean, definitely as you go about your divining rods, they definitely seem to cross here and very strongly indicate an energy presence where it does seem like that this accident has gone down.
Okay.
Basically it does seem to be readily apparent that there is some sort of interesting eddy of power.
And does it seem to be isolated in just one spot, or does it feel like a ley line?
It seems to be isolated in the spot.
Okay. All right. Well, it's been an hour or so now.
Yeah.
I'll finish taking my pictures, pack my stuff away, and drive.
Okay.
Go back home, look at my pictures. Anything spooky on those pictures?
It does seem to have a weird distortion in the night sky, but nothing that you can particularly point out. Just almost looks like that there may have been some sort of warping or defect in the lens. Just like just a little distortion, and just that seems to be in one spot.
Okay, check my lens.
Seems fine.
Okay. All right. Well, I will keep that knowledge to myself for now, I suppose.
Okay. And so the professor goes to bed?
I guess so, because I don't know, really, I don't think I need to share this information with anyone because there really wasn't a big revelation.
No. I mean, it just definitely seems like there was something there, but it's nothing that particularly the professor can...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
You're just catching stray vibes off of Plainville, which is like 5 steps closer to hell than Hayes.
That may be it. Again, some residual hell sparks from Plainville.
See, it's funny because it's actually literally true.
Yes.
For those of you who are not
literally,
from
figuratively true.
There's no figuratively about it. I went to Plainville like once a week for 5 years, and every time it stole a little piece of my soul.
So yes, I will put everything away, and maybe as I'm nodding off to sleep, I'm looking at my phone. Maybe I will check the group online to see if there's any information on very small isolated PowerPoints, and not PowerPoints, but points of power.
There's a few presentations now.
But unfortunately, you don't have a license, so you can't use it.
No real interesting thing going on in the forums, so people are still...
Then I will flip through a few more pages of the photos that I took of the book, and probably not finding anything of super interest at the moment, I will retire.
All right. And as the night comes to a close, unless anyone else has any... And so night fades into day, and people start getting around for their weekly jobs.
Not knowing they are doomed.
Some, perhaps. So yes, at his day, the proxy does seem to be getting ready for work, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Is there a way that I can tell that I have a ride along?
Ooh. That's a good question. Is there any reason that he might assume that he would have, or
well,
is there like a passive sense that would allow him to tell?
No, I mean, there's not really a passive perception in this system, unfortunately. But trying to see what would be if I...
I mean, let it out is like a general perception of
supernatural.
Stuff,
yeah.
Are you just paranoid enough to check?
Yeah, that's kind
of where, yeah.
I mean, he kind of think he would be.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't think that I have enough of a reason to do it, then I can roll with that, but I'm definitely up against the half ghost and a wizard and a vampire, so...
So, yes, I think if you want to let it out, you can roll with spirit to see if...
my spirit's pretty low, so we'll see. Let it out.
Ooh,
wow.
Strong success, though.
Holy crap.
Good job.
Okay, so on a hit, you can choose one and mark corruption. Since you got to 10 plus, you can either ignore the corruption or choose 2 from the list.
Let it out. Take +1 forward on your next roll. That sounds good. Extend your senses, supernatural otherwise, so that has to be one of them. Frighten, intimidate, or impress your opposition. Take definite hold of something vulnerable and exposed. So I'll mark. So I can mark corruption and choose 2.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So I'll do that. Let me get my first corruption on the board somehow. I will extend my senses. I'm guessing sense some sort of presence, and then basically do the whip around and grab it and who sent you kind of thing.
Well, you don't actually have to whip around because basically you get this presence basically staring directly back at you from your bedroom mirror.
Oh my God, this is terrifying.
So basically, let's so what I'll do is I'll just grab the mirror and shake it and bounce her around it.
Yeah, it basically tries to flee off, but then basically bounces off some unseen force in the dark mirror world that it seems to be now trapped in.
Yep. So I'll try to get a hold of some valuable information or something.
All right. I think, yes, you can definitely try to figure Screaming Sally out and see if you are able to get any information from now pretty hysterical ghost lady.
Okay. Figure out. I'm bad at that. Ha! Miss.
Ooh, it was a miss. No, there's basically just loud wailing and screaming and thrashing, and she seems to be just pretty much completely unresponsive to any questioning or threats beyond more screaming and crying.
I will turn the mirror around so that it's facing the wall and just keep her in there.
Okay, I think, yes, Screaming Sally is pretty well trapped within a mirror. And
that's cruel.
Now you got a rather loud and obnoxious flatmate, basically.
That's okay. Well, I'm gonna work this eventually. No, I'm just gonna try to get everyone on the payroll here.
I see.
Yep. But other than that, I'm going to first off try to figure out if the sanctum did manage to get condemned.
Yeah, you give a call back.
Since it's Monday now.
Ernie, yes, and he's like, yeah, it's definitely in the works. It's basically we got someone going now with a condemnation letter, and we'll have it shut down for the foreseeable future.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and when you cash in a debt, you get to mark a faction, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll mark that. And then I am going to try to basically get more information from or about Karani and her church.
Well, how do you go about trying to obtain this information?
Was the guy that I ambushed was the last person who tried to spy on me local?
Yeah, he was local.
Okay. I'll basically go try to shake him for some more info.
All right. You want to go ahead and give me a hit the streets with power?
Yes. Power. Another thing I'm bad at. Yeah. Miss.
Well, you try to reach out to him, and basically he is not around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, you try to sniff around. Yeah, basically you just get stonewalled and told that anyone you try to contact, who try to get in contact with him, basically tells you they don't know him. He's not part of this organization.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. That's fine as well. And then after that, I'm probably gonna do some actual work.
All right. So as you buckle down to some work, you suddenly get a call blinking on your desk phone on line 1.
Okay, give me 1 second. I need to note that I got a screaming ghost in my mirror. Was her name Screaming Sally?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Breep, breep. Look, I know what it's like to have an annoying phone beep at you all day long.
That's true. That is something I am familiar with as well.
Yes, but I'm evil, so this sort
Oh,
of
right. I'm sorry. Evil phone. Breep, breep.
Yeah, it's like
Breep, breep. Your mother
I
darn
answer,
socks in hell. Sorry, that was an evil ringer.
I answer the phone.
All right. So as
This
you
chap-
answer, okay, yeah. So you say this chap, and basically you get the high pitched screech of a fax line,
Mm-hmm.
but through it you hear the garbling of demonic voices, and basically they tell you, "We got another job for you.
Okay.
We need you to have Theo Walker killed. It needs to look like an accident."
Look like an accident. Okay.
Possibly police involvement, if possible. Make it look
Police
like
involvement, cherry on top.
yes.
Okay.
And it clicks off.
All right. I think there's something that happens immediately when I get my assignments. Let me just double check.
Piece
Where
of paper
is
comes out of your ear.
Yeah, it's a good thing I had that modem installed.
Yeah.
The opening theme plays. Da, 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 da.
It's an answering machine, not a fax machine.
Same thing.
No, different things.
Exactly the same thing.
Oh, well, when you complete a job for your patron, Mark Wilde.
Yep, and get a debt.
Yeah.
Yep, I think I was thinking of something else. Like there are times when you like can try to wiggle out of a job, and if you fail, it's like nope.
Yeah,
You have
there
to
is
like
that.
go do it. So that's what I was thinking about is like because you get some sort of like bonus or penalty or something like that from it. But yeah, just for a straight up, if I'm just like yes sir, yes ma'am, then nothing happens. So I'll start doing some research on who this person is because I'm guessing they didn't give me any info.
Nope. But it's not too difficult. He does seem to be somewhat a young individual who apparently has some notoriety of being a veteran who recently came back home and yeah, just as living in Hayes.
Oh my god.
What?
I just thought of something really evil.
What?
But we'll see. I gotta put a lot of stuff together before it works.
Oh, you're evil.
Oh yes. By the way, good job on putting together another game of Rodrigo tries to kill everybody else.
I don't know. I kind of tried to get some people on your side, but
Yeah, man.
You know, about the fourth time it happens, you really have to figure that it's not really about him.
Yeah. Or that I actually am evil. So I am going to try to work my higher up contacts to see if there is a cop that tends to get the like the weirder X-Files the assignments.
Well, I think well, is there
the one cop in the entire city of Hayes?
Is there pretty much? I mean, yes, but is there any way that you're going about trying to gather that information?
I don't have like a direct debt
With the
to.
law.
Oh, well, do I?
No.
I cashed in my debt to Ernie, so.
Yeah.
So yep, I would just have to. But it's like I have an in with like some powerful people in the city. I can just talk to Ernie, see if there's like a police commissioner or something like that. Just hobnobbing.
All right. Yeah.
And it doesn't have to happen right now. It can be like set up to happen later.
Well, that might be a good idea. So we'll definitely set that up. But
so should I like hit the streets and then set that up later, or roll it later, or
go ahead
or
and
not do that and just have other things happen? I'm good. I'm good for anything. It's cool, man. Whatever you want.
let's just give me the roll and we'll see.
So hit the streets with mortality.
Yep.
I miss.
Ooh.
Yeah, that seems to be a particularly fruitless line of questioning.
It's almost like the entire police department is in a tizzy about me.
Yes, it does seem to be a bit weirdly resistant to any questioning when you try to basically put your own name forward to get any details.
Sure. Okay. So I spend a while doing that and getting not much of anywhere.
All right. Well, I think it doesn't take too long as basically your day winds to a close at the office.
Mm-hmm. Head back home.
All right.
Talk to my new roommate.
She seems to be somewhat...
It's pretty brutal that a successful let it out captures her forever.
Oh, not forever.
Yeah.
It's actually more
until
of a,
you do something worse to her.
Yeah, more of a don't let
pretty
it
much.
out when you think
until something is put forth to try to...
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it depends on what future interactions go. But yeah, I mean, she definitely seems calmer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically, as you talk to her, all of a sudden you notice your phone ringing.
I'll answer it. I'll be like 1 second and like turn her around again.
Oh, that is cold.
It's a power move. You got to do it. I'll answer. Do I? Who is it? Who was calling? Do I recognize that number?
No, it seems to be an unfamiliar number.
Okay, and just answer with a hello.
Is this Chap Andrews?
Yeah. Who is this?
Just a concerned party.
Oh.
Yeah. I know you're a guy who knows guys. I just thought it might be beneficial to me to let you know. I think you're kind of being followed.
Oh, who's following me?
I think if you look down the street, there seems to be some kind of panel van that's taken a particular interest in you.
I see. And who do I have to thank for this information?
You can call me Ralph.
Good enough. Ralph, do you know who these people happen to be?
I couldn't say, but just thought I'd let you know, and I don't know, maybe of help to you.
Well, thank you for that. And if you ever do decide to come forward and let me know who you are, there's something in it for you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Click.
Yep, hang up. Can I see the van from like my window?
Yeah, you see a van.
Okay.
Seen.
I'll put on a jogging outfit and go for a jog.
All right. Go for a jog. Doesn't seem to be any response from the van immediately, but as you go down the street and turn the corner, you hear it start up a few blocks behind you. Starts rolling forward.
Yeah. I'm just... basically, I'm going to jog at a, not a super strenuous rather, clip. And if I can get any sort of sense supernaturally from that van, I'll try that as well.
I think that would require another let it out.
Okay. I'm worried this is my old arch nemesis, the haunted van. I will let it out. Succeed partially.
All right. So mark corruption and choose one.
Okay. I'm just if I walk out of this session with my corruption track filled, that'll make my day. Let me look at the basic moves. Choose one. Yeah, I guess extend my senses, supernatural or otherwise, to figure out who's in there and what flavor of critter are they.
Well, you definitely get the sense of what seems to be a couple of vampires. And with basically the essence that's becoming very commonly felt. Yes, familiar to you.
So once I figure that out, I'm going to stop my jog, look right at the van, and stick my finger out.
Which finger?
You see?
I'm sorry. I meant my thumb.
Yeah, so basically the van kind of comes to like a pretty immediate stop as you see the driver and the passenger both kind of look at each other and questioningly, and the one guy just kind of starts waving go, and the other guy just kind of then tries to act like he didn't just immediately look at you and just starts rolling by.
Okay. Can I get a look at the driver at least?
Yeah, you can.
So that I could potentially recognize them later.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely get a good look at both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a kind of a stocky fellow and a scrawny one. One with the stocky guy is bald. Doesn't seem to have too much particular or notable markings. The scrawny guy has medium length hair, brown. But yeah, you get a pretty good look at them as they kind of try to drive nonchalantly by and totally not side-eye you, even though they totally are.
Right. Hit a trash can on the way.
Pretty much.
Is he being stalked by vampire bulk and skull here? Or?
They should have known better than to send a comically mismatched pair. This was not going to go well for them.
Yes.
Yep. I will then jog home.
All right.
And continue my business, if that's all right, unless you want to toss it somewhere else.
I think if you just jog on home, I think that might be a good place to put it here.
Okay. Sounds good, Brian. That is where we will wrap it up this week's. Thank you so much for checking us out. And if you enjoy this show, head over to the Apple Podcast, leave some reviews, tell your friends, spread the good word about everything that we do at Major Spoilers, because the more people that listen, the more people get involved, and that is how we grow. So thank you so much for checking us out and spending a little bit of time with us this week. I know so many of you do so many interesting things when you're listening to Critical Hit. Of course, you can use the Critical Hit hashtag there on Twitter to share with us this weekend what you're doing while you're listening to hashtag Critical Hit. And until next time, here's hoping all of your hashtag Critical Hits are not outside mowing the grass.
This podcast is copyright 2018 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.